Hello, welcome back to 340 Paddler, and you are probably sitting there thinking, how am I going to get on a giant boat full of 5 people that sinks when a barge comes by? Well, we'll get you there, but first we have to get through some other ideas, and yes, you will be able to pull a Joe Man, in which case you need to wear red and blue because he is, of course, Superman. So, where are we this week? Of course, we're dealing primarily with cardio in the first 4 weeks. We will start adding new ideas as we move into the second month, week 5. So, what are we dealing with? Well, in week 3, you should have been able to either run 20 minutes 3 times this week, bike 25 minutes, or swim 20 minutes. Always keeping that heart rate down because we are trying to avoid overuse, which you were sick of me talking about, almost like I'm overusing the idea. But it is an important idea. So week 4, not a lot of surprises here. The run moves to 30 minutes. Biking moves to 30 minutes, mostly because I want it to be consistent. Swim moves to 25. Swim is a little bit harder, so it would take a little longer to progress. Bike could actually progress faster, but I'm trying to be conservative here. If you are at the point where you can hit 30 minutes, then awesome. Move on to the next week, preferably after I put the recording up on YouTube, but you get the idea. I want you to hit these marks before moving on and preferably hit them a couple of times. So the topic this week, what if you miss a workout? Because you probably have. Something will come up. Family, illness, children, whatever it happens to be. So what do? Well, if it's a minor illness, back up 1 week, take your time catching up. A minor illness being you're down for 4 or 5 days with a cold. Moderate illness, basically something where you need medication, or the flu, even if you get over it in a couple of days, kind of qualifies as moderate illness. I want you to back up half the time of the illness. So if you're sick for 3 weeks, I want you to back up a week and a half in the program. Start from there, move forward. Now, maybe you do that and you do your 15 minutes and you're like, wow, that was really easy. Okay, fine. The next one will be 20. You might be able to advance a little bit quicker coming back up. But do not push it too much. I don't want to see complications. I don't want to see you push yourself too early because then you can throw yourself back into illness. Let's say you have an injury, which is common. Probably a third of 340 participants will get injured in training at some point. Really, a third of athletes will get injured in training, if not more. In which case, rest is always best for the first week or 2 unless there's something more obviously wrong. And beyond that, go see your doctor, listen to your doctor or your PT. I am not a doctor. So listen to them, follow their idea for getting back on track. It will probably take a little bit of time, but hopefully it will be worth it in the end. Now, let's say you just skipped a couple of workouts. Say you just missed 2 or 3 a week's worth. After all, it's the holidays. Just keep going. But when you come back, do it a little bit, whatever you're doing, do it a little bit slower and focus on finishing, not on how much distance you can cover or your time. If it's been 2 weeks or more, back up half the time you've missed. So if you did take an extended break, you always want to back up about half the time that you missed. If you're on week 4 and you've missed 8 weeks, go back to the start because that's kind of where you need to begin again. You might advance a hair bit faster, but I don't recommend it because you can decondition fairly quickly. So everyone skips one once in a while. It's nothing to panic about. The important thing is to get back on the horse, to rebuild, well, the habit. You want to be in that habit where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, for example, or every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or whatever it is, you are working out because we're going to be adding to it. And you may have already added strength to that. So I want this to be a habit so that when you do miss, it's very natural to simply pick up wherever you left off to get back to it. I want your natural state to be in the gym or out running or whatever it is, rather than returning to sitting on the couch or sitting in front of a computer recording annoying YouTube videos. Whatever it happens to be. Just remember, we're trying to get you to the finish in a good mood, in a good place, and in a good time. So, questions, comments, concerns, quarrels, qualms, quandaries, curse words, please leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, this is 340 Paddler, hoping that you keep your paddle in the water.